Welcome to the Living the Dream podcast with Curveball. If you believe, you can achieve. Welcome to the Living the Dream with Curveball podcast, a show where I interview guests that teach, motivate, and inspire. Today, I am joined by Zexzy, an innovative, eclectic Afrobeats artist, blending his Afrobeats roots with sounds from all around the world. He refuses to be boxed in by a genre. So we're going to be talking to him about everything that he's up to and gonna be up to. So Zexzy, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Curtis.
Why don't you start off by telling everybody a little bit about yourself?
Yes, like you rightly said, I'm Zexzy. I'm from Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria. I'm an eclectic musician, like you rightly said. That's because I don't believe in, defining yourself by genre, because I think creativity is something that, especially in the music side of things, um, if you've been soaking in a lot of music, most times songs are going to come to you in different ways. They're going to come to you as rock songs. They'll come to you as rap songs. They'll come to you as country songs. And for me, who appreciates all genres of music, these songs come to me in different ways. Um, if I have something in my subconscious, if it's perfect to come out as a country song, I'm not going to try to change it into R&B or Afrobeats. If it perfectly comes out as a rock song, I'm not going to try to change it to a rap song. So that's pretty much how I express myself. If it comes, as an Afrobeat song, that's how I'm going to express it, because um, that's the way God wants me to present it to the world. So pretty much, I'm just this guy who thinks if he doesn't sing that song the way it should be, another artist would. And I just make myself as a conduit for these songs to come alive. And if you listen to my Every Sound album, um, it's all over digital streaming platforms right now. And people are saying, what is this that you've done? You just went across 15 different genres of music, and that's the kind of statement I want to make with my debut album, Every Sound.
Well, for those who might not know, explain to the listeners what an Afrobeats artist is.
Yeah, Afrobeats is pretty much a style of music developed in West Africa, to be specific, Nigeria, but it has a lot of roots in high life music, which has our local percussions. In Africa, Ghana has a very strong roots in high life. Same with Nigeria. So when you mix those African percussions and sounds with some of your Caribbean sounds and some hip hop, um, you have the Afro beats, because Afrobeats is pretty much a combination of African sounds and some Western sounds. So it's not everything there is not just totally African. So it's a fusion of different sounds, but the stronger roots of Afrobeat comes from African sound and African music.
Okay, well, I know in your bio you were talking about the story of losing your voice, so talk about that story and explain how that shaped your music.
Yeah, I lost my voice when I was in what Americans call high school, is what we call secondary school in Nigeria. I was in the student choir, and then I woke up one morning. I had what is known as catarrh, and then I took the normal medication that we take for catarrh, thinking it would leave, because my nostrils were blocked. And I thought, just taking the medication will make it leave, but it didn't. And then it became protracted. I took more medications. Months went on, and this thing would not leave. So I went to see the doctor, and he told me I had a condition called rhinitis. Rhinitis is a condition where one of your nostrils is blocked for like 4 hours, and then after like 4 hours, it moves to the next nostril. And this went on for, he gave me, heavy antibiotics, much heavier than the ones I was taking for the normal catarrh, but it still would not leave. And then after years of battling with taking the medication and this thing not going, I was scheduled for a surgery, a nasal surgery. I went in for it. I was given a full body anesthesia, slept off, and then woke up with some clot-like stuff in my nose, and it was removed. And I actually came out of that operation, and that problem was still there. But this time it was even worse because I had inflamed nostrils from the operation. About 3 years after that, I went to another hospital, did another nasal surgery. Because just to put it in perspective, all of this time my voice became so terrible. I couldn't sing anymore because, of course, my headspace was not clear. And then I went for the next nasal surgery. It still did not work. And that was when I gave up singing. I just said, okay, I'm going to let singing be by the sideways because, I mean, I learned how to rap even if I was a good singer. I learned how to rap. And then I just now honed more of my rapping skills. And I discovered that from the day I let go of the singing, the tension in me left. And I think I started healing from that day. It took more than 12 to 15 years for me to start eventually being able to sing again. And then what happened was that all through those times, as my nostrils kept opening up little by little, I'll be able to sing some genres of music like country music, which didn't require me to belt out very high notes like your normal pop songs. So I would do some country songs that I could rap, obviously, and then, all of these sounds kept coming. I now understood how to use air to determine the texture and tone of how I sounded musically. And even now that my voice has gotten better, that I can actually do some pop songs, I can go to my high notes. I now know how to close my vocals, you know, constrict some parts of my voice to get, if I needed to do like a country song, and if I needed to do a pop song, I know how to open my voice more and belt out high notes. So I would say, in all, this that issue helped me to understand how to bend sounds, how to use sound, open and close my voice, and get the kind of sound that I wanted. So I would say eventually it was a very depressing time in my life, but coming out at the other end, it taught me a lot of lessons about humility and how to use my voice.
What inspired you to leave Nigeria and pursue success in North America?
Yes, I actually wanted to explore the world. I wanted to see life from a different perspective, try new challenges. Um, because Nigeria is more of just Afrobeats. There are R&B singers, there are rappers, but those genres are not as big as Afrobeats. And I wanted to explore all genres. I wanted to play in the league where, all of these other players are in. And that's why I wanted to, you know, come to America, work with different artists, work with different producers, uh, and then really like explore the other frontiers of music like country music, hip hop, R&B, pop, all of those different genres of music that are very big here. I wanted to tap into them and, even be inspired by just being in a place where people like Michael Jackson did their thing, and Elvis Presley, Brian Adams, um, Tupac Shakur, B.I.G., all of those names. I wanted to be where they did their music and also um, explore the resources they used to get to where what got them to that global dominance. So that's pretty much why I came to America too. to explore the resources here to get me to a wider audience.
Well, speaking of that, you've also collaborated with Lil Wayne and Quavo. So talk about, how what those collaborations were like and anything that you want to say about those collaborations.
Yeah, being the music chameleon that I am, I kind of know how to um, become any music that I want to do. For the Quavo song, it was titled Quavo's Anthem. It was a song that I just wrote out of the blues. The song just came to me and it sounded so good I couldn't scrap it because obviously somebody's name. I couldn't scrap it. Um, I wanted to write the song and then obviously maybe get my label to send it over to him as okay, would you buy this song or whatever you want to do with it? But as at that time he had already finished working on his album and he said he can feature on the song rather than just taking it and putting it on his album. I was like, why not? I mean, I know my name is not Quavo, but yeah, if it's something that he would want to jump on, it's a good look for me, working with someone of his caliber. So he did his thing, sent it to me, my label, and then I remember being in Florida for a show, and my manager came. I was like, "We just heard back from Quavo's team. He sent back the song with his verse on it, and then we went into the car, played the song. It was ecstatic. Um, I was so happy to hear his voice on the song, and that was how we made that happen. So I actually did the song, and I wanted him to have it, but he wanted to just do a verse on it and allow us have it at Maple Grove Entertainment, and we were willing to have it either ways, and that was how that collaboration happened.
And what's the name of the song so the listeners can check it out if they
Yeah,
like?
it's called Quavo's Anthem.
Okay, gotcha. So what lessons have you learned navigating the music industry as an international artist?
Let's take a quick break.
Okay, everybody, it's Michael E. Cullen II.
And I'm Sesame and Carta from the All Too Real 2 podcast. We're passionate about movies, TV, and pretty much all things pop culture.
Dive into the chaos of failed sitcoms, direct-to-video sequels, and the quirky realms of cinema and TV.
Join us every Thursday for your dose of All Too Real 2 entertainment.
We'll guide you through debates like whether Howard the Duck qualifies as a superhero.
Ponder if Larry the Cable Guy could be the new Rock or Schwarzenegger.
Discover if some shows and movies should have stayed in the cutting room.
Ever heard of a sitcom featuring that dictator with the funny mustache? Well, we watched it.
We're dedicated to unraveling the peculiarities of pop culture, sometimes with awesome guests.
So, if you're into the eccentric world of pop culture,
listen and subscribe to All Too Real 2.
Available wherever you find podcasts
and on Age of Radio.
Well, the lessons I've learned is to be flexible, to not be stuck on just doing one thing, to be open-minded to different ideas, different cultures, different people. I have a song on my album titled Aurea. I did that song totally in Spanish. I was actually trying to get Daddy Yankee on the song, but then we reached out to his team and they said he wasn't, actively doing music anymore. But then I still rapped on the song in Spanish regardless. And I still did it just the way a Daddy Yankee would have done it, if not better. But that's because I'm open-minded to different cultures. I'm not very rigid on, it has to be this way or that way. So I think flexibility for me is the key to great artistic expression, great artistic range, because if your mind is opened, then you your body will be able to do what your mind is telling you. But if your mind is not open, then your mind can't totally encapsulate what you need to do and bring it to bear. So I've been able to kind of put my ego behind and let the creativity speak more than the ego and what you think it must be. I just let the music flow and let everything else take shape as it may.
Well, talk about the creative process of your upcoming album, Every Sound, and what listeners can expect when they listen to it.
It has actually dropped. Every Sound is already on DSPs. It was released August 29th, 2025. And so the whole idea behind Every Sound is, bringing different cultures under one roof. So you have more than 15 genres in that album: rock, rap, R&B, jazz, classical music, Afrobeats, Afropop, high life, merengue, reggaeton, um, more than 15 genres in one album. Um, so if you search for Zexzy across all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal, Audiomack, Boomplay, SoundCloud, whatever your streaming platform of choice is, Every Sound is available. It's a celebration of music, it's a celebration of sounds. It's a borderless album. It's an album that has no boundaries, and the personality changed from song to song. So the cool guy you meet uh, on beach waves doing his jazz music, it's not the aggressive guy you're gonna meet on Beast, who is a hardcore rapper. And then the lover boy you meet on Aurea, it's not the same guy you're gonna meet um, on a song like Oh Africa, or a song like Higher, So it's just different personalities on different songs, different tones, different textures. Um, just me being me, exploring different creative range, uh, different genres of music. So it's the most eclectic album ever made. I mean, you can check all the eclectic albums that have been made and put that side by side, Every Sound, and Every Sound will trounce them any day, anytime, as the most eclectic album and the most diverse album ever made. So if you're going to check out Every Sound, be ready for an experience, because it's a world tour of sounds, starting from the motherland Africa, and then we head into the Caribbean with all of the reggae songs and the dancehall tracks and the merengue, and then we take it to South America, where you find Aurea, and then from Aurea we move into North America, where you have songs like Air Hostess, Beast, Buffalo Vibes, and then we take it to Europe with songs like So Much, Soccer, uh, Stockholm. So it's an album that is guaranteed to take you on a musical journey.
How do you see the future of Afrobeat evolving globally, and what role would you like to play in that?
Yes, Afrobeats has been growing, and I know in the next couple of years we are still going to expand more. I mean, we have folks like Burna Boy who have been doing stadium tours, 80,000, uh, 35,000, 50,000 stadiums around the world. And for me, I want to see Afrobeats get to the level where um, every city we go to, we can do a city by city tour, and each of those cities will be closing down every stadium, not just arenas, but stadium, and then we go from city to city because the songs are popping everywhere. And that's actually why I did Every Sound. Every Sound is an album that can have like a number one rap song and a number one pop song, a number one rock song, a number one Afrobeat song, a number one country song, a number one folk song, a number one jazz song, a number one classical song, a number one reggae song, a number one dancehall song, a number one merengue song. Um, that's and then if you have all of these different cultures coming together, um, you have the Caribbeans coming, you have the Black Americans coming, you have the Africans coming, and you have the Europeans coming, all under one roof celebrating music. I mean, it's going to make for a cosmopolitan audience where different minds, different backgrounds, different cultures are just mixing and having a great time. And then, you're going to definitely have every stadium filled because you have different people from different walks of life. So that's the future I see for Afrobeats and for music in general.
Who were some of your biggest influences, and what artists do you turn to today when you need inspiration?
No, it's always going to be the old school musicians: Michael Jackson, Prince, Tupac Shakur, Elvis Presley, in terms of how he dressed and his style of packaging himself as a musician. Um, Let me see which other musician now. Big, Brian Adams. In terms of my rock side, for countryside, Kenny Rogers, Don Williams. Um, okay, yeah, of course, one of the greatest artists that ever lived, Bob Marley. When it comes to my reggae side, I mean, being in touch with my humanity. Yes, I think those artists really have. And then Fela Nicola Bokuti from Nigeria, who like give me that Afrobeat bass himself, and Two-Face Idibia. We popularly know him as Two Baba in Nigeria.
Well, tell us about any other upcoming projects that you're working on that listeners need to be aware of.
Oh, we're working on a deluxe version of Every Sound. We're going to have a couple of remixes with some greats out there. Yeah, of course, and Every Sound tour is in the offing. Couple of singles are definitely going to come out after the deluxe album for ahead of my next album titled The Second Coming. So yes, those are the things we have in our as our immediate plans for now.
So out your contact info so people can keep up with everything that you're up to.
Yes, you can find me across all social media platforms. For Instagram at Mr. Zexzy, MROZEXZY. On Twitter X at Mr. Zexzy, MROZEXZY. On TikTok at King Zexzy, KINGZEXZY. On Facebook, ZEXZY, Zexzy.
Okay, final question. What advice would you give aspiring artists who are facing challenges and obstacles in their personal and professional lives?
Yeah, it's challenges will always be there. In fact, without challenges, you can become champions. I've had to fight every step of the way. It was torturous at some point, but I think all of that torture has made me a better person, and I think I'm better equipped to handle whatever comes with success. So don't run away from the challenges. Run towards the challenge, and I believe that you'll be a better artist for it. Don't think it's over with just one or two challenges. There will always be challenges in life, and what going through them helps you to do is understand that it's a constant in life, and the more you surmount them, the bigger of a champion you become.
It's definitely a hard knock life. Y'all be sure to check out Zexy, check out his music, check out the new album that just dropped and everything that he's got upcoming. Follow us on your favorite podcast platform. And for more information or to leave suggestions and feedback for the Living the Dream with Curveball podcast, please visit www.curveball337.com. Thank you for listening and supporting the show. And Zexy, thank you for all that you do, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Mr. Curtis. Thank you so much.
For more information on the Living the Dream with Curveball podcast, visit www.curveball337.com. Until next time, Keep living the dream.